Hi ladies, so today we're going to work on our core, on our tummy muscles a little bit more. So I'm going to show two different levels of the exercises because some of you might be just starting out, some of you might have been doing these exercises for a while. So please stick to a level that you feel comfortable with, and you can obviously, as the weeks go on, you can progress a little bit as well if you want to within those sort of couple of levels. So all you'll need for this session is something to pop under your head. So if you're ready, we'll get going. So let's come and have a lie down on our back and just get nice and comfortable. So we want feet hip distance apart. We want to think about heels lined up with our sitting bones, knees lined up with the hip. And we're just going to gently rock the pelvis backwards and forwards to start off with, to find neutral. So we don't want to be arching off the mat, we don't want to be pushing into the mat. We want that lovely sense of length through the spine. From here, we're going to relax the arms down by the side, and we're going to start off with level 1 for our one leg stretch. So we're going to float up one leg into tabletop. From here, we're going to breathe out and lengthen one leg on a diagonal, and breathe in and come back. And we're going to do 4 on this leg. So we're keeping the tummy nice and level. And what we'll get to know is that I lose count because I just keep talking. So I think that's 4. And we'll come down. Same to the other side. So we're going to lengthen and back, lengthen and back. And we're looking at the control of the movement. So stick to that level if you want to. If you want a bit more of a tummy challenge, we're going to come up into single tabletop, and then we're going to keep that control as we take the second leg up. Now we need to really make sure there's no pressure onto the back and our tummy stays nice and level. And then we take one leg out, and then we bring it back in. Take the other leg out, bring it back in. So you could start off with just doing a few on each leg and then having a rest and then coming back up. And then as you get used to the exercise, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat, you can do a few more. But it's all about the control and whether you can control that movement and feel nice and comfortable, not putting any stress through the lower back. Fantastic. Breath out. And if you're still going, let's just do one more to this side, one more to the other side. I'm going to get you to come back in, and I'm going to get you to draw the legs into the chest, have a little stretch. And then lower one leg down and lower the other. Fantastic. So from here, we're going to work on our core muscles in a slightly different movement. We're going to go for our hip twist. So we're going to start off at a lower level, and we're going to take one leg into tabletop. Now again, you can stick to this level or go up to the higher level. So this level, what we're going to do is keep the pelvis still and let that leg roll out to the side and then roll back in. So we're moving the hip joint, we're not twisting the foot. So the whole leg goes gently out. Now you only go as far as you can keep the pelvis still. So if you go out and you feel the pelvis move, you don't want to go that far. So it's all about keeping still here. Okay, let's try that on the other leg. And even if you want to go to the higher level, I would still do this level first because it warms up the muscles. It's always good for the muscles to know that we're about to use them. Breath out. Breath in. So either stick to this level and do a couple more on the other leg and then a couple more on this leg, or the higher level is double tabletop. So just recheck your position. Come into single tabletop, keeping that connection, so we're keeping the ribs drawing towards the pelvis. We take the second leg up, and then we let one leg go out, and bring it back in. So with this one, you've lost the support. There's no support on the floor for one of your feet, so your tummy muscles are having to work harder. Not only are they holding the legs in the air, but they're also having to control that outward movement of the leg. It's quite a nice one to do. It will work the side of your waist a little bit as well as the hips and the tummy. Again, at any point have a rest and then you can come back up. It's all about the control with this one. Breathing out. Breathing in. Well done everyone. If you're still going, if you can do one more to each side. Breath out. Breath in. This time we're going to lower one leg, lower the other, and then slide the legs out along the mat, take the arms over the head. Nice deep breath in, nice stretch out. We've got one more to do. And then from there, we're gently just going to come back. So the last one we're going to do is our scissors. So we've done a little bit of forwards and backwards. We've done a little bit of side to side. This one's sort of up and down. So again, we'll start with level one. Level one, we come into tabletop and we tap. So we tap and lift. Tap. So what we've got to watch with this is that we don't rock the pelvis backwards and forwards as we're tapping. Imagine you're dipping your toe into a little puddle of water. And then from there, same on the other side. So we come up and we tap. Breath out and breath in. So again, please feel free to stick to this level. You can build up the exercise. Or we're going to double tabletop for a bit more of a challenge. So we're keeping the length through the spine. We lift one leg into tabletop, keep that connection, take the second leg up, and then we tap and we lift. We tap and we lift. And what we're watching again is the tummy stays flat. We don't feel any pressure through the lower back. And we're breathing out. Breathing in. Fantastic. And again, stop if you need to. If you start to feel you lose the control, that your back starts to lift, it's much better to stop and have a rest than to keep going. And we'll just do, if you are still going, you still feel nice and comfortable, we'll do a couple more. And then from there, we'll come in for a hug. And then we'll come out for a stretch. Nice deep breath in. And then come back to centre. Well done, everyone.